G'day guys. Unfortunately, the B button membrane on my GB300 has failed. When I press it down, it doesn't always come back up. As you can see, it is stuck down now. I have taken it apart trying to clean it, but it's not dirty, it is just a broken membrane. Unfortunately, these aren't a standard size membrane, so they're not that easy to find, but I do thankfully have a broken screen GB300. This is otherwise brand new, never been used. The screen did just fail by itself. I could just swap the membranes over between these two handhelds, but I think since my red GB300 is pretty beat up, I might swap the screens over instead. We'll start by taking apart my GB300 and removing the working screen. Just turn it over. We'll start by taking the battery out and then removing the 4 screws. To take the battery cover off, you just want to remove the oddly long screw and then push the clip down. Like that, and then it does just lift up. It is pretty tricky to get it off, so just be careful you don't stab yourself or crack the little clip. With the battery and the 4 screws removed, we can just take the back off, but keep in mind the speaker is connected to the back half of the case, so don't rip the back case off, otherwise you will rip the speaker off. So we'll just hold it to the side, very gently pry it. It does have 2 clips at the very bottom, so you sort of want to pry it from the top and then unclip it from the bottom. Not sure if you can see the speaker there, it is attached. It does just pop out of the back half. So I'm just using my nail to very gently lift it out. It's not glued or anything, it is just friction fit. There we go. That's the back half off. Next, we want to carefully remove the main board. It is held in by a single screw in the white circle, so you just want to remove that. With that screw removed, I like to gently lift the battery terminals out first, since they occasionally get jammed in. And once they're free, I will flip it over and we'll carefully remove it from the front. There we go. So that's our good screen. Here's the button membranes, by the way. You can see it is a single piece and they are slightly smaller than most other handhelds. Try to avoid touching the front of the LCD since it is quite hard getting fingerprints off and it will drive you crazy once everything's put back together. We just want to carefully flip it over. You don't want to rip the ribbon. There we go there. So there's the ribbon connector. I do have to remove it from the other side though. There. So there's the little latch. I'll try zoom in on it. There we are. So here's the screen latch. We do just want to lift the black tab up. So that black tab there, sort of get your nail on it very carefully and lift it up. You do not want to rip the screen ribbon. There we go. With it lifted up, the screen should just slide out nice and easy. There we go. We'll put everything aside and we will do the same steps with our black one. So here's the black one with the broken screen. Just again, we'll carefully lift up the screen latch and pull it out. And we just want to put the good screen back into there. Being very careful, you don't want to touch the LCD itself, you don't want to get any fingerprints on it, and you don't want to rip the ribbon cable down here. There we go. And once it's in, lock it down. That should be it. I'll put a battery into test before we put it all back together. Do have to hold the battery in, and I'll just power it on. There we go. Everything works fine. We'll put everything back together, making sure we don't get any dust or dirt or fingerprints on the screen itself. Reassembly is pretty much the same as the disassembly, just in reverse. So once we've got our screen nice and clean, make sure there's no fingerprints, we'll very carefully place that into the little screen location. It should sort of lock in, there we go. And we'll line up the main board, make sure the battery terminals are in correctly, like that. Now there's a little bit of resistance on this side here, the right hand side. So it looks like something's fallen out, maybe the D-pad. So we'll have to take it out once more, very carefully. Just want to make sure the membrane is seated nicely. So it seems like it is. And we'll try again. There we go, that feels much better. So I'm just holding it in with my fingers. I'll flip it over. And yeah, the buttons feel nice and springy. They may be a little bit loose until you actually screw it all back together, so don't panic. You'll notice I did rip the speaker wire off. That is a bit unfortunate, but I do have a soldering iron. I'll quickly solder that now off camera. You would normally want to strip the plastic cover off the wire, but because it's so thin, I don't want to risk cutting it. I think I'm just going to melt it off with my soldering iron. Not ideal, but it should do the job. Just going to tin my soldering iron. Might even try tin it while it's on. Didn't quite melt the covering off. It's thicker than I expected. So here's my thumbnail. I might actually end up using flush cutters after all. It's got my cheap eBay flush cutters, just nothing fancy. Very carefully. There we go. Wasn't too hard actually, should have started with that. Not sure if you can see it, but I have exposed the wire inside. Just going to tin that wire once more. That should do it. It's a bit long. I might cut it so it's a bit smaller. There we go. And I'll turn it to the side so it's easier to see. Just going to solder it down. I realise I did that off camera by accident, but it is soldered down now. With that fixed, we'll continue with the reassembly. Just putting the main screw back into the white circle. Now you could put the different coloured back on, so it's sort of two-tone. Would look something like that. That's actually not too bad. I might do that actually. But first, I noticed the power switch did come out. So we want to set that in. You don't want to crack this little switch off. So you just want to find the gap. There it is there. You can see, I don't know if you can see. There's a little notch in one side of it. So that's where the power button goes. Should just slide over. Perfect. Actually, I think the power switch goes on the underside. So we'll have to take the screw back out. Take it back out. And we'll just rest it under. Like that. Yep, that's much better. Put the screw back in. And we just want to slot the speaker back into the speaker grill on the back half of the case. There we go. And we'll rest the case back on. The bottom does click in as mentioned. Here we go. And the top should be fine, just needs screws. Before screwing it all back together, I'll put the battery in just to make sure it still works. Power it on. It's a power light, that's a good sign. There's our boot logo, and it does work. I'll turn the volume up. Yep, there is sound as well. We'll put the rest of the screws back in. With the battery cover, I think I'll go black. So it's red, black, red. That looks pretty good. There's probably people screaming at their screen saying this looks terrible, but you could obviously put it the original back on if you wanted to. So there we have it. Wasn't too hard at all. It doesn't look like I got any dust or fingerprints under the front screen case, so that's good. Happy with that. And you can see our broken screen is in our red one now, and the good screen is in the black one. I'm also pretty happy with the color change. So you can see it's now half red, half black. Not too sure which one I like better. Probably the black front and the red back. That does look pretty good to me. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a cheap replacement screen online just by itself, at least not for the stock GB300. I believe it is possible to fit an SF2000 screen into one of the GB300s, but it does require slightly modifying the firmware. I am still interested in doing that in the future. For most people, buying another GB300 to salvage the screen from seems like a silly idea, and I would definitely agree, but I just happened to have a broken one on hand, so it made sense to me. I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.